When I was young, I climbed up too high just to touch the sun. On my mission, no prescription, shoot for number one. Start a riot, won't keep quiet, I'm a ride or die. Heart is pumping, keep it coming, better run it high. I was born for this, I was born for, I was born for this. I was born for this, I was born for, I was born for this. I'm a monster, I'm a hunter, let my demons show. Hold on tight, I run the night, I hit the gas and go. Now or never, live forever, I'ma take what's mine. Heart is pumping, keep it coming, better running high. I was born for this, I was born for, I was born for this. I was born for this, I was born for, I was born for this. Born for this. Born for this. Feel that fever, lightning strikes, dangerous like dynamite. Born for this. I was born for this, I was born for, I was born for this. I was born for this, I was born for, I was born for this. Born for this. Born for this. Feel that fever, lightning strikes, dangerous like dynamite. Born for this.
I've been to war in hell and back again. Some say this is where it all could end. Nothing can faze me, I can be moved. I will keep marching, I will fight. I won't surrender, there's no defeat. I will keep fighting, no stopping me. Whoa, gotta stand and fight, gotta face the fire. Whoa, gotta stand and fight, gotta face the fire. I won't go down. No, I won't go down. I've seen with my two eyes what no one has. I've been from no man's land and back again. Nothing can faze me, I can be moved. I will keep marching, I will fight. I won't surrender, there's no defeat. I will keep fighting, no stopping me. Whoa, gotta stand and fight, gotta face the fire. Whoa, gotta stand and fight, gotta face the fire. I won't go down. Rise up,
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to tonight's matchup. Hold up, let me get this up in here. How are we doing on this fine Saturday evening? Don't know why that didn't work right there. That button says it's not working for some reason. It's a bit. Hold on, let me make sure. Okay, my buttons are not working for some reason. So we're just gonna have to do it the old way. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's matchup. It is going to be, if I'm not mistaken, Team B3 taking on, it is AOS Kuro in the EWGL League in Group B. And I'm already going to kick it to the maps and modes, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to let you look at this. Losers round 3. There's a lot on the line here. Now, I pulled together some stats on what I could get, and during the season, Team B3 was 2-1, AOS Kuro was 2-1. Only a couple maps separating them apart, but coming into it, these two teams have found themselves in a not the dead last position, but in a desperate position. These two teams have found themselves on the brink of extinction in this EWGL Group B. Neither team wants to go home, and you can see the map set right there. It is going to be Hasi, Proto, Skyline, and a little bit of Rewind. So this is going to be a little bit of an interesting map set, and to say the least. I am liking the first half of it. I love me some double Hacienda. You know, I love the hard point. I love that S&D. You know, it's very rotational heavy on the first side of things. And then you get into that second map, creativity can blossom, or maybe you could play a little bit of hardball. The subs can get more active on the map. I feel like it was just the greatest map ever. Now, I've been saying this all through like probably the back half of BO6. So for those that have consistently watched me, you know that I am a big favorite on the Haciendas, no matter what game mode it is, except for Control. And speaking of that map 3, it's going to be Protocol, to say the least. It should be a fun one. That is one where you really have to play as a team, and you really have to play it one way. You cannot get too eager. You cannot get too aggressive. Teams that get a bit too aggressive get put in the blender, get put in the spawn trap. But as we are looking at the back half, that map 4, map 5, it's looking like a Skyline hardpoint and a Rewind S&D. And honestly, in my opinion, I don't mind it. I don't mind the map 4, map 5 combo. I will say the map 4 will dictate the map 5 pacing. It is such a good classic Skyline Rewind pairing. I have seen that as a map 1, map 2 set, a map 4, map 5 set. So I don't mind the Skyline, the Rewind. Now I will tell you, Skyline is a battle of nutrition. It is a lengthy one. As I gotta make sure my volume is good. Chat, just let me know. Also, Almighty, thank you for the follow earlier on. I didn't praise him earlier about that, but he followed, said what's up here, and we're gonna be kicking it on this. But no, those are the stats that is what I could get. Like I said, both teams have found themselves in losers round 3, so it's looking tough. Now, on one side, you got Team B3, that's Sparky, Jiggy, Better, and if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be Jordy, who's that fourth guy. On the flip side, for the side of AOS Kuro, is going to be O1, Cronus, Crucifier, and Sunset. So, both teams having talented rosters. I am familiar with Sparky, and if I'm not mistaken, Ivan might be into the mix here, but I don't know what he's playing on. I just know he's in the match thread, so we'll see how that pans out. If he is one of those players on AOS Kuro, he is a shooter himself as an AR player. Sparky, a sub, Maniac, at least in MW3 he was. I don't know what he transitioned into for BO6, but nonetheless, he is a fun player to watch. It's Magic is also another player to watch as well. He is a fun one. That might be Ivan. It's Magic is a good thing. And I got to get a taste of what this, if I'm not mistaken, Team B3 team is all about. And let me tell you, they are a fun one. They have had a lengthy rival against this AOS esports squad. Nothing about it comes easy. I got to see AOS Kuro play Cul-de-sac Black. I got to see AOS Kuro play Team 3 in Group C, if I'm not mistaken. Now it's happening on Group B. Again, the rivalry is here. And what other way to have it in a losers round matchup? All the chips in the table. Ladies and gentlemen, we're hopping into map 1, Hacienda Hardpoint. I gotta turn up my FPS. Why am I this low? Well, Ladies and gentlemen, tell me if the FPS is dog doo-doo. Because right now, I'm only getting... oh, there we go. We're in game. We're getting 200. It was saying I was getting 30. Wild. All right, we're back. We're back with some more action, though. Why not have it for the Call of Duty? Black Ops 6, the beta for BO7 is out. And why not? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the last time you're going to be seeing a Hacienda hardpoint pretty much on my end. I got some next week, but that's going to be it. And then we're kicking it off for the BO7 stage. Team B3. The team names are going to be flipped just because of the Codcaster bug, so it may actually be on the right side, but we all know VOD purposes that Sparky is going to be Team B3 and Crucifer is the AOS Kuro squad. So we're hopping into it on the hard point of Hacienda, the P1. Crucifier maintaining top halls, unfortunately does fall there due to Sparky, so a nice little wrap out of this, and we all know that, hey, this P1 is no joke. Everybody likes to play white time. Everybody likes to play the top halls positioning. Well, it's going to be Crucifer's job. Already back up here again. He's able to find another kill, looking to overextend. Is one player, and that is going to be that number 8 arrow. I'm not mistaken, it's Magix. He's going to be in the back line. He was able to get in through well. He's going to cause some commotion. Does get taken down, so a good job out of the side of AOS Kuros to track back and solidify these spawns. Now through the front side, Sunset trying to play his life. Has the AR presence, Kronos here to cover his booty. And this is going to be a good job out of this duo just to fiddle around with their food. There is one person in through the back. That's going to be better, and you can tell Kronos getting the comms. Doesn't, unfortunately, find the kill. So, hey, a nice early commotion on the front side of this P2 hill is going to be huge for the side of this AOS team, as Crucifier may have found some timing in through here, but unfortunately he does fall. So a nice little break on this P2 hill is going to solidify at least 30 seconds for your squad, and it's phenomenal. Now, water route is going to be put into place. It's Magix being dealt with. Oh, he's beaming him on the front side of P2. Can he be stopped? They almost line up for 0-1. Unfortunately, they are not just able to fall, though. Crucifer, playing for the exit kills, doesn't see much. Tries to go to top halls, does get taken down. And you could tell the side of AOS Kuros, they say, hey, we got broken so early on that P2. We're just going to say, scrap it, go new. Is now better in through office. Do you check the corner? You do. There's not even a trade going down, so that's going to be huge. Kronos gets taken down from behind. Sunset last alive. He's 1 and 3. Poof, gets blown out like a candle. Crucifer trying to make some noise, and it's worth nothing. The transition is there for the side of Team B3. Better. Already on a nice little streak. Make it 7 for this young man. Better is lighting up the kill feed. He's doing everything in his power to find every single kill. Trying to get his teammates into the action. Sparky is able to find 2, but it's not enough, as now the hill goes white on this P3 hill. And let me tell you, Team B3, they are phenomenal to start things off. They're 20-point lead, a nice little P2, P3 chain. Honestly, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. As now, again, you look at this 10 seconds left. It looks like it's going to be a full rotation for the side of AOS Kuros. They do have a trailer in play. That's number 6. Did a phenomenal job of finding 1. Does get taken down. But look at this. It leaves open the middle of the map. The collapse is there. And who is that? Well, it's none other than Sparky and I believe Better, who are just collapsing on these hills one by one. They're finding these timings. And it is phenomenal how they're able to just slice this map like a hot knife through butter. Kronos falls right there. One person standing. That's going to be 0-1. Well, he's looking like 0-4 entering these hills. Able to provide a little bit of alleviation. Unfortunately, it goes down after that, but the trading is on point. Crucifer taking a little bit of a chow he didn't necessarily need to. And that may hurt him, as now it's a 40-point lead and counting for the side of Team B3. And I mean, you're looking at Kronos. He's 2 and 10. You're looking at Sunset 3 and 8, especially on a P4 hill where the subs need to get active. Sunset hasn't found anything. Kronos is just sitting on a heady saying, boys, you need to find something, while he isn't. Let me tell you, well, Kronos finally finding a kill is going to be huge, but with 3 seconds to spare on a P4, it's going to be all for naught, as now the lead has broken up to basically 60 points, maybe 70. Sunset maybe playing for the exits, has some timings to look around. He is able to find 1, able to find a second. Nice little timing right there out of Sunset. Make it a triple with the team shots out of Kronos, and they're able to chain this tail end of P4 into P1 quite well. And if you're the side of Team B3, you're just waiting for that, like, 3 dead to push forward. And that's going to come off the backs of Better right there. Nice little job. Sparky's able to find some timing here. Getting a little bit of a cruddy corner. You would like to see this fold through, and it does. It's now the second. Another 3 dead for the side of Team B3. Nothing but belt to ass early on in this Hacienda. As Sparky just lighten up the kill feed for his team. Such an energizer, and when you talk to him, you can feel it in his voice. He's like, I don't know, he's like a dude with Tourette's on his squad. He's just like, ugh, ugh. Finding every single kill as now Sparky in through the back line. Just making sure the spawns are his. He's able to track back deep and now leaving up this side doorway to his teammate. That's going to be that number 6 arrow. We aren't unfortunately able to go to him because my keyboard is broken. But after the first 2 hills on the first rotation, basically, Team B3 have locked everything down. And I mean, again, look at the hold that they have. Just trying to rip these ARs off this heady is no joke. And you are not finding any success if you're the side of AOS Kuros. Now, I will say Kronos and Sunset have found a few more kills, but the 0-1 is basically the only player that has a double-digit kills. Sunset is fiddling around, basically baiting his teammates. He now slides in. Nobody's there for the trade, and this is just lackluster performance so far for the side of AOS. Better, 19-8. This man evolves through the maps, evolves through every rotation, every single hill. And I mean, look at this extension. Look at this leak out. You got Jiggy already in top plat. This is going to be huge. He's going to clear out back 10. You had Better wrapping all the way from P4 to, I believe, office to make sure. But I mean, Jiggy. Oh, my God. Jigglepuff is this young man's nickname, and let me tell you, he's getting down and dirty on the points. He's able to find 3, and again, that allows his teammates to get back into the hill. That allows his teammates to get back in off spawn and make that 1v1 trade possible. You can tell it's just been a struggle for AOS Kuros. They haven't found a lick of anything. I mean, they have found something, but that whole second rotation, I think it was 20 points and counting, as now we're in this 3rd hill. Sunset is just trying to chow the time. Crucifer trying to find something on the outer fences. Gets ripped to shreds. Better has a triple KD in this map so far. And you would ask nothing else, as he has a Hellstorm in his back pocket. Looks like it's a top hole's flood. Better's able to find 1. Sparky able to find 2. And I mean, 1 by 1 you trickle in. It's going to be Sparky's playground. Nothing but sensational, as it has been a 240-73. The Hellstorm is coming into use. Sparky's on the hill. The comms are in. Magix has one as well. Sunset somehow finds the kill. Unfortunately, gets taken down. 0-1 does, and Sunset has no idea what's going on. He's basically like, boys, are you spawning P2? Well, I have to check for myself. As now the contest will roll through, and hold on, they're making a little bit of a stand here. It's not much, but anything can happen on a P4 Hacienda. Sunset having to play his life. Kronos maybe trying to chow, but I mean, you just line up, and again, the timing, the team chows. Jiggy finds 2. Sparky's just going to chow to throw his life away, and he still comes away with the kill and a dominating performance out of the side of AOS Kuros on Hacienda Map 1, losers round 3. They are TSA, as, hey, you better get out of my map. The way Jiggy was playing was prime. Prime. This young man, let me tell you, 21 and up across the board from Team B3, and you just fall flat. Kronos sitting at 9 and 23. This game was at 11 Eastern tonight. No reason. Hey, look. I'm gonna look at the camera dead in the eye. No reason should these guys not be warm. No reason should these guys not be warm, unless they were playing BO7. But still, it's Omni movement none the best. All right, so that was map 1 done and dusted. If you're the side of AOS Kuros, you just gotta move past that. There's no way you're beating that Sorry, I was just reading chat. Thought I had to allow Automod held a message. Aw, bad toast. You said a bad word. Aw, and it's not letting me allow it. So that's unfortunate, buddy. But should be getting a host change pretty soon. So we're gonna head into this map too. But I mean, jeez, that was the quickest hard points ever. Quickest hard point ever. Quickest hard points ever. As yeah, no, they're not gonna stick with the same host. They said they got slammed, so it's like, boys, we better get the heck out of Dodge and go to our map. But now as we're looking at it, map 2 is gonna be that Hacienda Search and Destroy. I know what you said, brother. I know what you said. It just wouldn't allow me to allow the last one you put. I don't know why, but Hacienda Search and Destroy is gonna be a fun one. It is going to be hold on. Seems to be some chatting. Seems to be some ping checking in the lobby, so we'll wait and see what that comes through. We might be in store for a little bit of a break, but Hasi Search. Oof, where do I even begin? The ARs were frying on the side of Team B3, so if you look at it from that standpoint, they're just going to maintain top halls, and they're going to fly from each bomb site to each bomb site, and I wouldn't be surprised if this was a spread top halls, a 2-2 split. You know, they were really playing for those first picks, and for the side of AOS Kuro, I'm expecting a very, very hardball mentality. I am expecting 4-man site hits, 4-man site stacks. You are not going to let anything go for granted. This needs to be trading on trading. Now, I have seen a lot of teams come out on map 1 do dog shit, and I have seen a lot of map 1 terrible performances turn into stellar map 2 performances. It could just be like a map 1 respawn to a map 2 S&D thing. I don't know what it is. It's like one of those squads that are like take Vegas Falcons for example. They were terrible at hardpoint before they started signing Pred and Abuza or not Abuza, Arcides and God, I'm blanking on the other dude's name, whatever the other guy's name was, and then like early on they were terrible at hardpoint. What, they were like 0-28, and then they were phenomenal in S&D. Like that was all they could win. That was all they could win. So, like, it's just a map thing, and a lot of teams like to Neslo series. They like to go 2-3-5. They like to do the 2-4-5, whatever it is, because by the time they get to that second hard point, they are locked and loaded and ready to go. As we're all dying in the chat here, boys. Come on now, chill, bro. But how are your guys' days? It's glad to see you all in the chat, still supporting. I missed the button on my shirt, so this is gonna be a little quick fix here, but I'm glad to be back in the booth again. I got another match next Friday, and if any of you are some Counter-Strike fans, that should be starting up this Monday as well, or whenever that schedule is going to be coming out. So I will be doing Counter-Strike action as well. If anybody wants to tune into that, as you guys may tell, Reactor 9 is the org I do it for. They have so graciously brought me in, and I got nothing but praise for them. You can go check them out. They have their own partnership with a drink company, and if you use code Reactor9, it is going to get you 20% off. But we're going to be hopping into this, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be the map 2 right away. Hacienda S&D. Names are still wrong because Codcaster bugging is not right, but now we're going to hop into this. Looks like it's a B assault. Sparky finds one. Unfortunately, isn't able to find a second, so this is what you were looking for if you're the side of AOS. Nice little trading. Crucifier going to try and provide support. It's better here in the foot fetish spot. Can he find anything? Well, the bomb plan is going to go down, and he didn't see it, as now he finally sees the toes. Maybe a little bit of a red card sneaking, but look at the timing right there out of Better. He puts tags into everybody, but it's not enough, as now it's Magic's. Has a lot to work with. I still don't believe, like, those are the mental mistakes that AOS are creating for themselves. You saw the guy on the Rockheady when Better chowed that out. He was looking at open, and nobody was looking at the boat side. As now it's Magic's just kind of just playing for kills at this point. He's playing for picks. He's It's going to chow a couple people, put some tags in. So, Magix finds one. Does he expect the pinch behind him? Well, this player, Sunset, somehow doesn't find that kill. And that is basically, that summed up the map 1. That summed up the map 1. So we'll see how the second round goes. But they get the bomb down. AOS Kuro able to find a nice little push there. Again, you're able to trade out that first kill on a rock, and then you just go in full send. You don't overextend. You let them come to you. And again, great S&D gameplay, at least in the first round. So we're hopping into the second one here. Looks like it's going to be a B hit, but with one person lurking, that's going to be better. These two teams basically blind countering each other. They have no idea of it. Sparky, when do you go? The first blood going the way of AOS Kuro. Sparking Chowling, trying to get a little bit of information with some shoulders, and he isn't able to find anything. He got picked off from open, and I mean, one by one, these guys have just fallen. It's Magix' last alive, and that is unfortunate. First blood doesn't go your way. You try and leave a lurker on the map. He gets picked off, and then the setup is just broken down from there. As now 2 rounds in, AOS Kuros are up 2-0. Going to be a defensive effort from Team B3 to start this third round off. And so far, it looks like it's going to be a top halls hit. Better deciding just to play office side. Interestingly enough, they have given up the middle of the map as those subs can kind of flourish. That is what 0-1 is going to do. That is what Crucifier is also going to do. Taking some fast routes. This is going to be interesting depending on what number 7 wants to do. When Jiggy wants to activate. Is now a very passive. The timing of Jiggy. Oh, you gotta re-peek him. Oh, he's able to stay alive right there. Is now Crucifer dancing with the devil himself. Action going down on a bomb site. They tried pushing that out, and unfortunately, the front man does go down. So this is going to be a 4v3 post-plant retake for the side of Team B3. And how do you defend this? It's Magix is going to be applying pressure. You got 2 players taking a very long wrap. So they're trying to develop. It's Magix is trying to buy time for him. The door gets slammed. You're not expecting it. Everybody falls one by one again. 19 seconds left. Jiggy making a move. Big 1v1. Did he see him? Did the information come through? The stun didn't connect. 12 seconds and you flee as fast as a fiddle. Jiggy trying to chase. And AOS Kuros saying map 1 may not have been us. Map 2 is definitely ours. And if I'm not mistaken, am I reading the chat? Does Blast want to put on some ciders? Is this side bets? I am a gambling man myself, so you know I dabble in the FanDuel. I would be down. I would be down. Oh, he says, nah, you're chickening out, brother? Okay. As now, this round 4. So far, dominating performance out of the side of AOS Kuros. Better on the AR. Looks like it's going to be a top secret push out of these boys. Sparky, better find their wins. And that is a way to start off a round. Getting the first 2 bloods. So now they just hold their line, trying to make these players get a little bit over aggressive. And I mean, holy cow, flip the switch. I mean, you get around like that if you're Team B3, and you can say, hey, mentally, we're back in this map as now. It's 3-1 to the side of AOS Kuros. Jiggy, a star performance, had a triple KD in that map 1, and these 2 teams are going to blind counter each other again. Full send it on Rock. Leroy Jenkins, the first initial stuns, the nades. Jiggy finds one, Jiggy finds a double. That is huge for that young man. The bomb is down, and I'm pretty sure they know it. They're going to try and overchild Jiggy, providing all the information. Both players on this rock heady. Or I meant Lambo heady. Kronos is here as now. You're going to try and develop in the spiral. Jiggy has already developed his time. And do you check this angle? You don't. So that is huge as Crucifier. Finding a blood in the middle of the map. He's going to try and run away. So when does Magix see him? Magix didn't see him. But wait, he does a double take, and he does. Kronos, all alone in the 1v2. Isn't able to find the first. And Team B3, after very, very clean 4 dead last round, say, boys, we're back. And this is huge. This is huge, honestly, for the side of Team B3. Again, you get a dominating round where everybody wins their ones, and it's just picture perfect. It's such a motivational boost. And for the side of AOS Kuros, you're like, boys, we just got shredded as, again, some last minute calls right there. But both teams, again, blind countering each other really well, might I say. These squads are phenomenal at what they do. And, I mean, look at this timing, Jiggy. Just full sending through the middle of the map saying, hey, I'm just gonna hit the Sees Nobody office. This is the call for him to say, hey, they are already pushed up in the spiral. What does Jiggy find? Well, that's huge. He does find one, and now they're gonna try and push into B. They have rock control. What is number 64 looking like? That's 0-1, knowing that office is not clear, so has to worry about Jiggy from the flank. Doesn't turn around in time. And that has been the story of their night. Sunset, waiting for the timing to get a good gunfight, and certainly pre-firing that angle. When does his counterpart gather into the middle of the map? Sunset, able to find timing, isn't able to finish the second kill. That's going to be huge. His teammate Charles out. A big 2v2. Players are split. Better finds a big one on the opposite side. Team B3 split apart, and they say, we will wreck you. There's some talking in the chat. Yep, there we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are ending the game because even though we are at the brink of extinction, even though these teams are in losers round 3, nobody wants to go home. You know, everybody wants to know the rules. And right there at the end of that, gunfight, Crucify noticed something. Noticed that these players were running Portified on their ARs. Ported, you cannot use the ported muzzle. Or I think it's the barrel. I can't remember which one is which, but cannot use it. Crucifier, knowing that, calls it out. So this may be a map 2 win nonetheless for the side of AOS Kuro. And they may get away scotch-free, so we'll see how that works out. But they're going to claim ported both maps, so we'll see what that does. We'll see what that does to the map 1. We'll see. They have awoken the commissioner. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, how we doing tonight? What do we have for dinner? How you guys doing? I figured it was the muzzle. You know, like, I'm not going to lie. I remember the attachments, but I don't at the same time. Because let's be honest, who cares? Like, we only care about the freaking guns. We don't care. So here's my thing, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, okay. He's just saying I have VOD. Yes, I do have VOD. I am not the one that decides the rules, though. I am not the one that, you know, puts down the gravel and lays down the law. I do have a stream of match. If that's No, but you know, I'm excited. Again, we'll see what happens, because if they're gonna try and rebuttal the map 1, I think it's too far for the map 1. You can't go back that far. They were already 6 rounds deep in that Hacienda Search. So I still think it's gonna be a map 2 victory. It might just be a 1-1. But okay. So it's gonna be a map 2 victory for the side of AOS Kuros, and that is gonna be kind of hard for Team B3 because they were making a comeback. Not gonna lie, again after that big round where they just got a clean sweep, it was huge to see that. So we'll see how that affects them, their momentum, because again they ripped 3 rounds off, and I love that. I love that. Ported, Natalie Portman, Cartman. None of that rhymes. I got you. Ready, bullet? The muzzle ported. Natalie Ported. South Park Cartman. B3 and 5. I'm joking. I don't know whose ball game this is going to be, but we're going to switch hosts here and go into the maps and modes. Again, the series is now tied up 1-1. We are heading to a protocol control where, again, if we're looking back at that first respawn, I mean, it was lights out for Team B3. They finished it 250, I believe, like 73. It was sub 80 points. It was a stellar performance on what they did. One of the quickest Hacienda hardpoints, I may add. Like, it was speechless on what they were making me feel like, and I can't wait for this roster to go into map 4. I really can't. Or sorry, BO7. I can't really see. I'm excited to see where like these players are gonna go. Sparky in particular, he's a fun one. Jiggy and Better though are phenomenal, consistent 2 pieces demons. All right, let's type in this code. I'm telling you, Sparky is a man that does not put in valid. This guy does not put in valid game codes. He does not give it to us. Oh, I typed in the wrong thing. I apologize, Sparky. Now, we're heading into that map 3, protocol control. This is one that's very intricate. You know, usually known for the defense. We've all known that. Blazy, hit me up in my DMs, brother. I will look at that. But you know, I'm down for whatever. You're gonna be I'm holding you to it, Blazy. Just let me know when it is, because I got a strict schedule because of schoolwork and planning a wedding and all that on the side and spending time with my fiance. But I'll try and make it happen, Captain. As now we're going to be heading into the protocol control. Again, I'm a firm believer this is a funnel system map. You cannot get over aggressive. You cannot get eager. There's no way. No, when in doubt, A is the way to go out. You cannot attack B. I feel like it's a hard one to get off the break unless you throw that into that second round offense, and then you get a nice play passive. You nice afford dead. You know, because a lot of the times the defenders get really aggro and the defenders get really eager off rip. So, protocol control, let's kick it. As now team names all right. Jiggy, not one to shoot his teammate, nonetheless finds a kill. Top Trip seems to be the name of the game for these players. Jiggy trying to hold the line. He's the front man on this defense. And for the side of AOS Kuros. No. Yeah, AOS Kuros, Sunset has already made his way into Grandma, so this is going to be huge. Nonetheless, isn't able to find much, but the transition into B came through. Crucifier isn't able to find anything, and to start things off, it was a 2-side attack. I don't necessarily like it because this is where you start to see them waver. You know, this is where you start to see the defense have the advantage. And no ticks come through. It's faded. It's only one man tight. It's only one man stacks. And it's slow progress as now Kronos is trying to make his way up into B. But, I mean, the defense just has a commanding hold. You got Magic's up here and through mid. He unfortunately falls down, but he's going to find a spawn kill nonetheless. And, I mean, you just look at it. He's going to get into here into top trips. He's going to cause so much annoyance that you have to turn around and fight for him. And then he's just ripping people. Oh, my days. Look at this, Magic's. Do your thing, young man. Pop off. It's now Sparky. Into the back lines. Something to note, protocol control is, again, we all know it is a defender's dream. It is, honestly, some may say their wet dream. They are having fun on this map because when you are Sparky and you can get in through the back lines, re-wrap for days, and just take those long routes when you thought you already accounted for him on the offensive side of things. Well, it is such another surprise factor as now Kronos on the zone, too busy throwing his stuns and his nades. There is some trading. Oh, one isn't able to find anything, though. Sunset redeems his brother-in-law. Is now a tick and a half on this A zone. It's going smoothly, at least in the back half of this protocol round one, but with 24 seconds left, this is it. 2.5 ticks left. This is going to be probably the minute extension. A chow onto the time, and now one has to track back. He isn't able to find a free kill. He's still worried about looking at his damn teammates. One does finally find one, but with 16 seconds left, his teammates find the kill. That is going to be the minute extension. They did not clear it in time, so this is going to be huge nonetheless for the side of AOS Kuros. One trying to overextend. Has to play his life, gets picked off. A player for the side of the defenders tried to overextend in the top trips, but you deal with him politely. So now it looks like AOS Kuros is trying to just hold this line. They're trying to wait for them to get aggressive and pounce on that 3-4 dead. Jiggy trying to jig with it. Like Drewski, my brother. Cold Stone Teeve off than him, but comes down to the lives and AOS Kuros. But nonetheless, it's another strong start for the side of AOS Kuros. So what do you have if you're Team B3 to show for? Looks like they're going to do more or less a split look, but they're going to prioritize P4. That's Magic's. Not expecting the close corner challenge, my friend. You always need to check that. Now better just holding the line here in top trips. You got one player push forward. That's 0-1 who got shot at, if I'm not mistaken, but I guess they didn't see him because now look at this timing he has. He has a free two-piece in 0-1-0-4. Dead, this young man says, as he's going to try and chow this player on top trip, steps, ammo, whatever you want to call it. And this is great positioning for the side of AOS Kuros. You got Crucify on helicopter. This is going to be making them spawn up towards this B Street side of things. And you got 0-1 peruviating around the P4. He does get taken down, so that's the scapegoat for the side of Team B3. They have made their way into Grandma's, and this may be a little bit dangerous for the side of AOS Kuros when you can get these players. I mean, we saw 0-1 do it last time on their offensive round. When they can get into Grandma's, alleviate that pressure, when they can be the outlet for the offense, well, this is what happens. A two-sided attack, you know, some diddly-daddly, some trading going down, and then the timings of which the kills can happen is instrumental on control. It is honestly unbearable, but you do a good job. You clean up the mess if you're the side of AOS Kuros. Team B3 now going to have to full send towards A. Sparky's job is just to stop the time. One person has gotten to helicopter. A player in through the middle of the map does get taken down, but that helicopter player 0-1 has just been phenomenal. 13, make it 14 and 8. He has just been popping in and out of this map, and it goes down to the time. And that is going to be AOS Kuros with a 2-0 lead. I'll hit you with the listen in map 4, boys. I'll hit you with the listening map 4, just because that's hard point. I like doing hard point listenings. They're a little bit more fun to... Control's a little bit iffy just because, like, the state control is everybody Everybody doesn't really like the game mode, so I don't really like to do it in the map 3s because what is there? It's just a lot of calling out. I mean, it's not really, you never really get the full listening of, hey, the AR's commanding, the IGL's commanding. It's usually just like, hey, this is what's going on. This is the name tracking. That's pretty much about it. So, but now Crucifier 5 and 12. Kronos is 13 and 5. Back to the middle of the map pressure. They are 1 round away from winning this map 2, taking a 2-1 lead. Crucifier, we go to his POV and he's ripping some heads off. As now, can he do anything? It looks like it's now going to be a B pressure just because, a B push just because of where Better is. He's already in through the backside of sidewalks. This is going to be huge. He's going to, again, re-wrap ammo, which is something that is a nightmare. One person has made his way into the backside of Lighthouse. That's going to be Sunset. Does get taken down. So Better now assumes the pressure of the front man in the defensive setup. He's going to track so many players. He's going to draw so many eyes. And he does just that. Jiggy isn't able to find much now. Was a spark in that map 1. It's Magix with a nice little pistol whip is going to be huge. Takes control of this boat area. And now you have to go to A if you're the side of AOS. And it looks like they're going to do just that. Kronos! He's lighting people up here. He's lining up from 18 and 7. Complained about the ported muzzle. Well, let me tell you, that lit a spark under his fuel. They took the map 2 with ease, basically, because of that now. And they're transitioning into that map 3. As they have warmed up their gunnies for all the respawns. Better is running some routes, and it's all for nothing. Crucifier as well is in Grandma's. Saw 1 isn't able to find the kill. Kronos with a nice little crossfire, but it's not 2 ticks on A. That is huge. They did not get the second one. Sunset has to play his life. Bud gets chased down. Jiggy on a 4 spree. In the back lines, well, you betcha. I can't say enough, but he is quite literally the Jiggle Monster. Jigglepuff. You put him down in Pokemon, he will wreck your deck. It's now Sparky off spawn, 8 and 16. Double negatives, not something you want to see off of a 22 and I believe 13 stat line from that Hacienda hardpoint. And they have come to play. AOS Kuro have done everything right, and they get the minute extension on A. This is going to be huge. Crucifier into the front is going to be a big one to talk about. He's going to cause some commotion. You try and get into the back lines. Look at Sunset here. Look at the timing he has. Sunset goes for the jab, and Mike Tyson is in the building. Allows some sort of pressure from 0-1 in through the front side, but 0-1 getting tagged. Crucifier into the back. One by one, you trickle in, and AOS Kuros are dealt with. Team B3 need to stabilize. And this is huge. Jiggy. Nice little dive behind the box. That's going to be a nice 2-piece. Looks back up towards the middle of the map, and that's going to be Sparky's job. He's looking around like, boys, I could have sworn I saw a ghost. Well, he did see someone. Sparky literally running rings behind these people. Big 1v1 going down on the hill. Jiggy wins it. That's going to be huge. 17 seconds left. 1v7. It has come down to this. Sunset just chows. And that's going to be Team B3 that find their first round in this protocol. So similar to the Hacienda. Similar to the Hacienda search. Once this team can find some sort of success, some sort of progress, it will just snowball. That's what we got a taste of. They rip 3 rounds back from the side of AOS Kuros. Can that happen here? Can they go to a round 5 control? Can they put them out of their misery? Can they put the foot on the neck? Can they put the dog out in the yard with the chain with no water bowl? As Jiggy is on a 5. This is huge out of this young man, but it's going to be a mid-map push again. Sunset looking to get that spawn trap. He's looking to hit this wrap. This is like common. I don't know why we're not turning around playing for Sunset. This is huge how he just found 2 right there. That is phenomenal. Rip him off of it, Sunset. Morning, rise and shine. Nice little Shotzi movement right there. Some eggs and bacon will wake that man up. He likes his coffee like he likes something else. Black, straight, no cream, no sugar. And let me tell you, strong as a bowl. He's putting the fire behind this defense. As AOS Kuros, Sunset back to these ratty spots. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. Crucifier just mantling up the middle of the map as this mid gun is under his control with this AR. This is going to be huge. This is going to be phenomenal. 40 seconds left to play with. Lives are, I think, a 3+ advantage for the side of AOS Kuros. Team B3 haven't found anything yet to show for. And they've really just struggled to get out of their own spawn. I mean, this is what Defender's Paradise is. This is what Protocol Control is. Now Jiggy's move. Jiggy's time. Can he find anything? Oh, his neck. He's trying to look down, and this young man doesn't have enough slack to give. As now it's Magic's just making sure, hey, he could have sworn the timing and where the routes are, the comms. I know somebody's going to be in ammo. Magic's finds 2. That's going to be huge. One person to deal with. That's going to be Crucifier. You need to get him out, and they don't. So that's going to be annoying as now 1 tick. 15 seconds left. Time is stopped. Jiggy isn't able to find much. The one play is, there's only one play on the board, and that's going to be Sparky to B. He finds the first, needs to stop the clock, needs to get his teammates in. He gets stunned. And I believe that's better in the kill feed. Sparky needs to play his life. He isn't able to find anything. Now on to A. Oh, 1 is here. Oh, 1 isn't the savior. Time is still stopped. Both sites are being attacked. 1.5 ticks at A, 1 tick at B. For 14 to 10 is the life lead. Better just needs to stay alive while his teammate on B goes down. That's Sparky isn't able to find much. Better waiting for his teammate. His teammate has rallied to him. This needs to be a duo in tandem. It is there. Magic's, can he find the third? He does. Magic finds a 3-piece to keep A under control for Team B3. As this may be the sacrifice. Although the lives is still a 3+ advantage, Magic's not wanting to chow out, still finding these kills. 6-5 in the lead. Make it 5v4. That may be the extension. That may be the 4 dead. Minute extension rolls through. Sparky just waiting. And look at this. Passive nonetheless from AOS Kuros. Everybody has halted in their spawn. 4v4, play it like a search. Who's going to be the first blood? And that's going to be 0-1 on to Jiggy. Slayer on Slayer. You get their top fragger out of their way, and there's nothing else to deal for. Kronos in through the middle of the map. Sunset now through back Lighthouse. Magic's finds 1. Magic finds 2. Magic's is on a 7. Can he finish the round off? 2v2. Both players huddle up in P4. But is there anything to note for? You have to go. It's 23 seconds left. Kronos checking. What is this setup here? We got 1 mid gun and we have 1 backside Lighthouse. 15 seconds left. A lot of time. You're making these defenders worry. Kronos with the information. The trade is there. Big 1v1. Kronos challenging and wins it. AOS Kuros put down the phone. And they take a 3-1 win on this control. And I mean, somehow Crucifier went 13-25, and his team still pulled him through. Kronos 34-18. A big shout out to 0-1 who put in 31k damage and found 26 kills to start that map. Well, he didn't find 26 straight, but I can tell you he found 26. He went 26-24, so it was a good one. That last round was cinema, nonetheless. Came down to a 2v2. It came down to a 1v1. And we are going to be seeing a map 4. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been one of the quickest series I have seen. These rounds are going quick. These maps are going quick. But I love it. As we're already into this map 4. Losers round 3. It's going to be a Skyline hardpoint where both squads are now at the ready. And for those that are Daytona fans, the tires are warm. I got you, Blazy. I'll get to it after this series, bro. I'll get you, Blazy, after this, brother. But I mean, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen. I can't tell you how much this is. For those that saw the F1 movie, this is a Max Verstappen versus Hayes photo finish. As we got code. Let me see. Okay, so both squads are here. We will be getting a listen in with both squads in this next map. And no better time. Team B3 is one map away from getting eliminated. And AOS Kuros is one map away from advancing to losers round 4. No sweeter feeling than that. You can taste it. The mouth is watering for AOS Kuros. Hey, let me move myself, bro. But we're back. We're back into the heat of it. We might be actually going to a little bit of a break. Nope. Going right in. And it's a skyline. I mean, first off, let's take a break. First 3 maps are done and dealt with. And AOS Kuros, I mean, after that map 1, none of us in this chat, none of us were expecting a 2-1 lead. I mean, at the start of the S&D, I was like, okay, this team is not really a map 1 squad. They are a map 2. They'll Neslos the series. They have mastered the control. And obviously, they have mastered control. And it might just be another thing of, like, Team B3 not really caring that much because, again, it's the end of BO6. I know it's playoffs for EWGL, but, like, let's be honest. Control is control, and everybody kind of just, like, forgets about it. Let's just move on to that map 4 already. So, unless you're up 2-0 in the series. It wasn't the case, so... And that whole situation as well that went down with the whole ported muzzle kind of affected Team B3 as well. I'm not mistaken. It was another... kind of like mental aspect that you're like, we forgot to take it off. You know, that's on us. It's a mental error. Need to regain, and you just didn't do that. So you're heading into a skyline, which is honestly a ball breaker. This is a map where if you do not start out hot, you will not finish hot. This is one where you need to have the gumption. You need to be like Jiggy, who's been that consistent slayer. Magix has been that consistent slayer for the side of Team B3. Better is a phenomenal AR when he gets to his spots. Hacienda was made for him. Sparky, when he can fill in as well, was made for him as well. Hacienda. It's going to be different to see how they play on such a fast-paced map, which kind of tailors to the 0-1 style. It tailors to the Chronos style. Was 34 and like 20-something that, or I think 34 and 18. 0-1 was 26 and 24. 0-1 was actually phenomenal on the first couple defenses for the side of AOS Kuros. So again, it's like this fast-paced style has started to suit it. The mixiness, the scrappiness, the re-wrap, you know, let's just kind of let's live in the chaos is what AOS Kuros has lived for, where you get to kind of get to that traditional style. You get to more to that rudimentary, let's rotate, let's get to the power positionings. I will say, the ARs need to pick up the lanes, and the communication, I think, from Team B3 is a little bit better from how that, like, Hacienda hardpoint went and how they're able to chain hills. So look for them to kind of get that P3, P4 connection. Look for them to really hold spawns and really just kind of keep things at a steady pace. If we're Team B3 and if we can just maintain spawns for 20-ish seconds, they're going to be in a good spot. Another big thing about Skyline is that it's very hard because everybody plays at a fast pace and because you want to have that consistency. It's not there. So you then whittle it down to, hey, let's keep it at a 20-second game. You know, usually a lot of time hard points are, hey, if you can split the hill 30-30 or maybe 45-20 or 40-20, and then the other team will get 20-40. You know, as long as you have that even threshold, right? There's a balance. Well, on Skyline, it's 15-20 seconds per hill. You're not looking for anything else to that, okay? You'll take a 15-20 seconds, and then if things flip, things will flip. You just got to roll with it. So now... let me put it in the chat so everybody knows. Two to 1. AOS Kuro. But series is 2-1 AOS Kuros in this losers round 3. And let's get it, baby. No better time like the present. No better time like the present. All right. Well, number 7 is about to have his handful. That's Jiggy. Starting off with the first blood. That's going to be huge. Initial time going the way of Team B3 to start things off. Better. Making sure, hey, nasty little heady on this piano steps. Jiggy controlling kitchen is going to be huge. And honestly, first initial breaks, first initial remarks for dead. That is nice. Clean start out of the side of Team B3. And like I'm saying, you can see Jiggy here. He's not overextending. He doesn't want to flip. And now he's going to get into the action because his teammate called to him for aid. And unfortunately, Gondor did not answer. But if you're the side of AOS Kuros, you kick things off. You get back in there at 20 seconds. And like I said, you know, you're not really gonna find much but Crucifier. Nice little 2-piece with the aims and the pistol. And again, that 27 points, 20-ish points is really all you're going to see for what is going to be a big lead on this map as P2 pops here as everybody jostling for control of it. Who's that number 1 arrow? That's going to be 01, causing some noise only for 1 kill, though. And everybody spawning out for the side of AOS Kuros. And now Sunset's going to hold the line. He's going to say, hey, I'm going to wait for my teammates. Does find timing on 1. Isn't able to find the second. His teammate's trying to pummel in through Catwalk. It's going to be huge. But it's 0-1 nonetheless. Oh, my days! Nice little stop, drop, and roll. Little slide cancel. Wiggle, waggle. As 0-1 is on a tear right now. Make it a 3 spree for this young man. And again, it's AOS Kuros that is able to get into the back half of these hills. And around that 20-ish second marker, they're able to find it. Now, again, that can't be the story for the whole map. You know, Skyline is one where it is a mental thing. It is a battle of nutrition. So if you are always coming in at that 20 seconds, now it depends on how scrappy you keep the hills, but 20 seconds isn't going to cut it. It's not going to let you build a lead. It's not going to let you find any sort of success. As now Better able to find a nice 2-piece. Unfortunately, did shoot his teammate right there, but nonetheless, it does come through for the Better. Spawn still going the way of Team B3 early on. But it's 0-1 in through the middle of the map. He finds a kill. That's going to be huge. And again, they get a little bit of a break. So time is going to go back and forth. This map basically being played like a parallel spawn right now. Both teams spawning on either piano steps or white barbecue. And it's really the ARs that are just paving away. You could tell that they want to keep that consistency I was talking about. They aren't getting over aggressive. When one falls, the other rotates to take his place. Better. Actually, breaking the glass may have hurt him right there. That's going to be huge because now you're going to be spawning in Narnia for this rotation to P4. 8 seconds left. 0-1 trying to play his life. Kronos is here for scrap time. But looky, who is here at this money hill? First, that is going to be AOS Kuros, who is Crucifier. Oh my days, ladies, you're asking for it. Let's get a listen in with AOS Kuros.
Top bridge and B1. Top bridge and B1.
He's in secret, bro. That's secret.
I have top.
Room dead.
We got time.
On the shitter, 1 shot.
Spawned out
On the
P1.
shitter,
Go on. Kitchen.
I'm holding your back.
Still on the
Shitter
shitter,
dead.
nice. Yeah, I'm
Pushing out you.
picking up top.
I got time.
One's in kitchen. In kitchen.
Kitchen energy.
Nothing top.
Two kitchen.
B1,
Magic.
Perfect.
Magic.
B1.
Smells.
B1 dead.
We're missing two
In the back,
Trying
kitchen.
to
in the
back.
back.
Trying to back.
They're
Trying to back.
I'm
Trying to
looking
back.
Back weak. Back weak.
Back, couple, dead. One more in the back. A little bit
Pretty
weak.
weak.
One shot,
One more.
couple. One shot, couple.
One's here to closet. You closet. Baby.
You pinch, play 1.
I spawned
Let
out.
me guess. Yep.
I'm going
P1, 1 shot, and wait's dead. P1, 1 shot.
In the
Top
back.
cat.
Still in the back.
Top cat.
He's
Shit
weak
on
on time.
magic.
We gonna do.
One and old. Right now. Better.
One dead.
Oh, better.
I'm getting on time. Someone gets up. Get top piano.
One
I don't
shot
have
bedroom. One shot
I'll-
bedroom.
I'll-
Closet.
I'll-
Absolute.
Closet weak.
Closet. Absolute. Better.
Push out you. Push out you.
I'm dead.
Oh, one's bottom bed.
Better, dead.
Someone get time.
Jim.
Jim, dead.
Nice. Get time, Shims. Lay down.
I'm playing for spawners.
Bad.
Kids.
Top piano. Top piano.
Top,
Top
top,
piano.
top.
I spawned out.
Kids as well. I'm
I
playing for
spawned out. I
kids.
spawned out.
I don't see
I got
kids.
time. I got time.
Top one shot. Top
I'll
one
work
shot.
on
Top
it.
T.
Give me a
Two top T.
Kitch.
Got one.
Kitch.
One's weak.
right
One's
now.
weak.
Got one. Two there.
spawn.
One was a shot.
I'm blocking.
Right here.
I'm bottom bed.
I'm blocking. Okay.
I'm pushing the kids.
I'm blocking.
Shit on dead.
Yo, kids. Kids go fireplace now.
Alright,
Spark-
set him.
Kitchen dead.
I have the back, okay?
I got spawns.
I have white plat.
One's up, you one
I have it,
better.
Bubba.
I need a left
You
side
got
one.
it?
I
Bubba,
need
you
a
got
left
it?
side one.
Kitchen, don't make
I
kitchen.
died.
We got
I
time.
got
We got
one.
time.
Stay
We
alive.
got
I had it.
Play alive, Sunny. Back up, maybe. Back up, Sunny. Last one out.
Last one out.
I have piano right now.
I'm picking up piano. Piano
Guys.
dead.
I'm in your zip. Hey, girl.
Wait, better in the back,
Wait,
better in the
Matt.
back.
Dude,
Zip, one
that's
shot,
just
zip, one
fucked
shot.
us, man. We gotta listen. We
Yeah.
could win this. Come on.
One's gonna be my back door.
Come on, way out.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, that listening was ecstatic. Those boys are feeding off of each other when the frenzy begins. Now, there are periods where the small talk tends to go, and I definitely could tell that's when Team B3 starts to take over into the map, or they're at least winning the gunfights. But again, this squad, what I loved is the IGLing. I believe it's from either Crucifer or Kronos. One of those two is giving immaculate comms. It's like, hey, he's gonna be back there. We're still missing two. The name tracking, the ability to adapt in every situation. These boys, again, it may have sounded chaotic, but again, when one person spawns out, it's like, hey, I'm playing for this person. All right, I'm gonna help you on this gunfight. Hey, that gunfight is all you. All the little things to help your teammate in a gunfight. The IGLs were providing, and I can't tell you what it's like to have a player like that on your side, literally giving minute seconds of like, hey, 3, 2, 1, look at that angle. 3, 2, 1, look at back kitchen. 3, 2, 1, they're still gonna come from this angle. Funnel it, iron it up, and honestly, immaculate work. Oh, one's able to find a nice 2-piece. That's gonna be 3 in the feed for him. They get a break here on this P3. However, despite all that, and despite all how the comms are sounding, which are great, they are still find themselves down 17 basically and counting on this P3 hill. It's Magic's. It's 22-9. Again, this Team B3 squad has come alive for the respawn. Let's get a listen in with that squad.
I'm gonna pick up top.
One
back
time.
in the closet.
I don't have the back. I don't have the back.
Dead.
Oh,
One's
you're
up,
fine,
going bed. Watch your top. One's in your bed. Bed or closet.
Closet.
Weak on the toilet. 2 in, 2 in.
Weak
I got
closet.
parallels. We got parallels.
Dude, he's so weak, man.
Closet dead. One bed. Pushing time.
We're good.
He's bed.
I went behind the tub.
Up it? Or bottom? Yeah, he's bottom.
Back umbrella. One shot. Back umbrella. Dead.
He's dead. I'm one shot.
I'll be out.
Front
He's
bed.
he's like,
One shot.
Weak, close left.
Still
dead.
spawning out.
Bottom back on me.
How are they not dying?
One
Probably
dead. One
showered.
closet.
Eating so much.
You dead.
Jordy, back up if you can. I need to play now.
One's you. You's going white.
Done. Bottom piano.
I
Bottom
spawned
piano.
out.
Yeah, we gotta play new, bro.
Yeah, one shot. One more there.
I still spawn.
Bottom bed. Push me time. Dead.
It's you.
You went waits. Top bed. Push me in time. Waits. You're probably pushing your piano. One out. 3 dead.
Yo,
Looking for
on
one.
Nice.
Good.
Nice.
I have time. You got it. It's your time.
I spawn out.
Looking for it. Piano. Dead. One more piano steps. Dead. Shit on.
One kids. Come in you.
Oh, yeah.
One feet too.
You can tell they're listening for the side of Team B3. A little bit quiet here and there, and again, there's a very big difference. The IGL is kind of there, and it's off the backs of its magics, but that squad definitely a little bit more silent in the small talk and the little communication. It's just more or less calling out, hey, there's one here, there's one there, like, oh, at times it was like, hey, you need to play that, that's your time, or hey, maybe, I think once in that listening it was, hey, you need to play that gunfight as you and you alone. But it was really just a lot of like, hey, this guy's gonna run this route, or he's gonna go from here to there because he just killed me, and I mean, they were just shocked. That P4 did not go their way. Every time they were trying to break through the back, you could tell it was like, boys, they're not dying, even though we're still finding 1 or 2 kills. We cannot break this hill. And again, that just kind of like was the change in this map 1. We finally see AOS Kuros take the lead in this map, and that listening right there was deflating out of the side of Team B3. But now better is 28 and 21. Magix, we got to hear him be a little bit excited. He was like shit on here and there when he found a nice little 2-piece. Needs to get loud for his roster. Jiggy 25 and 24, able to enter this hill. This is going to be huge, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to go down to the wire. Team B3 is on the brink of going home. And AOS Kuros is up 2-1 in the series. Kronos trying to find something here, isn't able to find much. His teammate, well, that's going to be Crucifier, the next man up. Unfortunately, goes down. 3 dead in the feed. Make it all 4 dead and hold the phone. Team B3, can they make the comeback? A late game showstopper is what they are looking for. They held the lead for most of this map. One person has snuck through, and guess who? It's Big Bad Kronos, 24 and 33. Wow, make it a 3 spree for that young man. He's able to break the hill all on his own. But Skyline, this battle of nutrition, you can get back to the hill so quickly, as now the rebuttal is there. They're refuting the tussle, the tug of war of this bar top, and that's going to be Crucifier that's able to put in some team tags and the damage. You're going to try and full send one more time if you're Team B3. They don't want to give away all of this 10 seconds, but you give away all the 10 seconds, you fall single-handedly. That's going to leave up the rotation. One person might spawn out here, and he spawns on the backside of grass, so that's going to be huge. Jiggy plays in time, so this is huge. Jiggy deals with 1. AR presence from the back, make it 4 dead. That is going to be Team B3 that holds the line. One more push, 249 to 240. You need to take your time if you're AOS Kuros. You get 1 shot, Kronos falls, everybody falls single-handedly, 1 by 1. Crucifier isn't able to finish a kill. We're sending it to a map 5. I can't tell you. Impeccable P3, P4 hold. Nothing but shivers down my spine. Black sugar is on my mind. My body is aching all the time. And the respawn gods are sending it to a map 5, ladies and gentlemen. $29 and 36. 01 is 30 and 29. You talk about a ball buster. That ain't gonna get you nothing but a butt puckering. I don't even know what that's gonna do. They got me stunned. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna send it to a quick break. A quick break. I've been talking for the past hour for 4 maps straight. Map 5 action. You better stay tuned. Round 11 may be on the line. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. Skizu, you better get back in here. As now, we're heading to map 5. Ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be a rewind S&D. And that is gonna be insane. It's going the distance. Losers round 3. Who would have thought that this would have been a nail biter, an ankle breaker, a butt puckering, shivering, down my spine type map? But we are here for it. Let's hop into it. As now the team names are finally correct. Team B3 has forced this map 5, and let's get into the bangouts. The thing about rewind, so fast to the middle of the map, and that kind of leaves B Street open for the taking. That's going to be Kronos. Gets tagged up by the nades early on, but now this fast pressure, hold on, this fast wrapping, 0-1 trying to trade out his teammate. The first blood went the way, and 0-1 down to the, oh, sorry, I'm not mistaken. That's going to be better, down to a 1v2. Tries to get away with his life, does get cut off, and unfortunately gets tracked down. So the first round going the way of AOS Kuro. That's a way to start it out right there. I love that play call out of Kuro, right? You fly through mid. If there's no contest, we just hit this as fast as days. And that flank, you could tell Sparky was playing for it. He got one. He actually got the first blood, but a good job out of 0-1 just to play his life. And Kronos on the outer side of that B Street was able to get, I believe, behind the forklift, or was able to get behind these orange containers over here and just fiddles around. He finds a kill, gets lost in the sauce. So that's a way to start out that round 1 win, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, we have to sit here the whole time because, again, we know the state of Call of Duty right now. But, hey, BO7, the beta, a lot to like from it, a lot to not like. I can tell you, I'm still getting used to the wall bouncing. I got to turn off the auto wall bouncing, though. Sometimes I'm, like, bouncing off the walls like Jiggy up there, bro. And now, how do you respond for Team B3? Again, heading into that map 2, AOS Kuros on the Hacienda search came out and took a 3-0 lead. It was instantly responded by a 3-round split for the side of Team B3, and 0-1, they're just going to go right in. 0-1 is going to try and trade, but the first 2 kills go in the way of Team B3. Not how you want to start it. 0-1 gets put in his place. And Sunset, trying to see if something will come through. It's Magic's just holding this angle over here. Sunset waiting for somebody to come in through his door. And in a 1v3, that's going to be hard. But again, no matter what kind, usually you see Rewind be played very, very fast through mid. No, not right now. Both teams are full sending it on this B Street. And I don't know if it's because it's not really the most common site to hit, and they want to just full send it in hopes that obviously because the trophies aren't there. Like, that's a big factor why they're probably trying to hit this as well. If they can get into B and without any trophies, it makes it a little bit easier to get that AR off the back truck, and then also you can kind of like flush some people out. But with the bomb going down here on A, Sunset is trying to play his life, trying to play for the bomb check. Sunset chowing an immaculate angle right there, and he's gonna get swarmed so badly. And Magic just plays his life right there. Put the first shots into him, and he says, "Hey, look at me." All his teammates. Leave Sparky on cleanup duty. As now, an even ball game. I would like to think Rewind is more defensively favored. I'm starting to see, I've been seeing a lot of teams play passive for A, so a lot of the times they'll do more of a B/street bang. Oh my god, we'll do a lot of B/street bang outs, but now we're hopping into this now. Sparky just gets caught off guard. That is huge. The pressure was surreal from AOS through the middle of the map, and they just take the gunfights to them. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you fly through rewind right there. It's now a 4v2 scenario. They have to get the bomb, and this is unfortunate with Sunset just circling this area. Better's going to try and get it. Here's the nade. Oh my days, he killed his teammate. That's unfortunate. 0-1 looking around like, damn, I really just did that. But he is standing quite literally on, well, he's not standing on top of the bomb, but he probably can hear it when it gets picked up. So now 0-1 just waiting. Both players still here. He's going to exit Elephant. This is going to be huge for Team B3 because they have some time now. They're going to try and go to B Street. What does this look like for 0-1? He slowly crept. He saw both of them. 0-1 finds the first. The team shots are there. When does he chow the second? You little hopping devil. And his teammate comes to his aid. And AOS Kuro so far on the defensive setups have been phenomenal. You can tell that their plan is to just take away A as fast as possible, and they have done just that. They have really kind of been applying the pressure to Team B3 in the middle of the map. And again, look at the way they just fly. Look at the subs. Look at how they just do this. They're already into A, and I think they're just going to take what's been given to them. So far, Magix has been playing here. He hasn't been spotted in this positioning, but he did know last time that in their first offensive round, somebody did come from Street. Sunset knows that. That's why he's aware of Magix, or at least aware of B Street. Bomb goes down at A. He's going to have to try. Magic's finally making some noise over on B Street, turns the eyes towards him, and again, it's just such a showstopper, such an attention grabber. Everybody turns his way, and his teammates just find the kill. Sunset able to chow out, though. Nice little schmoove and groove. Able to get down and dirty, and now he's going to go hunting. As 20 seconds left, he's going to get it into cruddy angle. Look at the timing. Sunset finds the kill. That's going to be huge. Magic's 1v2. Can he find anything? Well, the turn and burn isn't coming through. AOS Kuros take a 3-1 lead. How do you respond if you're Team B3? Magix is on the donut watch. The respawn demon. Oh no! That is not how you started off. And you just trickle. And I'm talking trickle. Jiggy. Unfortunate. And that is not how you want this round to go. Sparky. Spidey senses. Oh, that's even worse, the audio cue. They know where he is now. I mean, good luck trying to win this, soldier. You hit one with the stun, that's huge and all. The nade goes out. Doesn't hit anything. And he's just going to run away with his tail tucked between his legs. He's going to try and get it, maybe a cheeky timing, but you got the Garden AR player who's just providing information for the person on the B. And there is no way that you die to the pre-nade. Everybody has known since day one of this Rewind S&D hardpoint map. I mean, you could tell he was trying to get the trophy down. But we got to be backing up, brother. We got to be aware of our explosive awareness. And again, nothing to say but Magix is 0-3. Was phenomenal. 0-1 as the S&D guru is 8-1 so far. As now, what do? Well, they stick to what's best. They get aggressive. Magix is actually bringing out a sub this time, and he's getting aggressive on B Street. Jiggy saw the door and heard everybody. Unfortunate. The pressure, you slow down if you're AOS Kuros right there. Jiggy isn't able to find much, but the kill's still going their way, so it's a 3v2. Kronos is going to try and get the bomb down. Sparky finds the bomb carrier. But it's a 1v2. Heard the door. Oh, they saw him. And that is one man you do not want to run into. Do you go hunting or do you get the bomb down? What do you do? Sparky may have some timing here. Sparky. Oh! No, 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 no. AOS Kuro. Oh and 1 is 11 and 0. Nasty stuff. Nasty stuff. He's on a 9 spree. Has the Hellstorm. You think you're done. You ever heard of a 5-3 curse? You're going to have to try and do it from a 5-1. As now it looks like it's going to be a tried and true B hit here for the side of Team B3. This is what worked last time. You got the guy that you wanted, the top fragger. But look at this, the fast flank again from Sunset. You're not expecting it. And what is number 3 doing on the minimap? Everybody is spread so thin for Team B3. Better is here. That's unfortunate. That is how every S&D round has gone for them. You spread yourself too thin. You're not playing compact for the trading. You get picked off. And now it's up to Magix, the donut cam. Life on the line, game on the line. One more round for AOS Kuros. One more man to beat. One more round to win. One more map to solidify. A trip. Do you hear him, Magix? He's right below you. AOS Kuros. Shut him down. They say bye-bye, and Damian Peter. What is that guy player? Damian Lillard. Game time. Holy cow. We get to the map 5, and it's nothing but sheer dominance. Ain't nothing else you want. Kuroko basketball squad survives another day. The no-look passes. The elusiveness of 0-1 to go on a 9 spree is why they take that series 3-2. And they will be moving on to losers round 4. They will be moving on to win losers round 4. Bullet's up in here saying it's a Mickey Mouse win. Let me tell you, Bullet, I don't know who this squad is playing next, but I will tell you this much. The one takeaway for AOS Kuro, if they do not start off any hotter, if this squad consistently starts out slow, they will unfortunately get complacent and they will rely too much on that map 2 as a crutch. And that is going to be really hard for them in the later rounds. You get to some harder teams. I'm not sure who they're playing because I couldn't find the bracket, so I don't know who they will be playing just yet. But let me tell you, this Team B3 squad, nothing to scoff at in the respawn side of things. Yeah, it's unfortunate that happened. I mean, you're looking at the control, maybe hoping they could win that because it's a respawn, but let me tell you, they got B3a for control. S&D, they got B3as, and at least map 5. Map 2 was a little bit closer, but again, a mental error for having ported on your muzzle takes away that map 2 potential victory. Because again, I can't stress it enough. They were down 0-3. They made a 3-run comeback that was tied up with the play calling going the way of Team B23. Or I meant B3a. And it's just unfortunate that is how that goes. A star-studded map 4 For ladies and gentlemen, I'll give the breakdown one more time. Hacienda came out. It was 250 to 80. Team B3 quite literally handed them the bucket. You head into the search. That got technically won by AOS Kuro due to rule changes, or due to rules. Map 3 was also won by AOS Kuros. It was 3-1. Not really that close. Again, good job on the offensive side of things for AOS. And then you're looking at that skyline. A 250-249 ending is how you want to play that. A lot of the times you will see that. And then a 6-1 search to finish the round, the series off. Nothing but exceptional. Nothing but exceptional. Again, that AOS squad got perfect, or got better every single map. Every single map, they got better and better. It may have just been a fluke that they lost that skyline. A mental mistake when it came down to it. They didn't have spawns. I felt like they relied too much on the chaosness of Skyline, when you could tell that, hey, that consistency, that wanting the spawn was there for Team B3, which is why they ultimately were able to out-rotate them to that P4. The ARs were anchoring, and then again, they relied on the solo chows for the side of AOS. So again, it may have just been a little bit of a slip-up, but you get to that S&D, you get to that map 5 search, and you just say, game. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Corpse_casting, Corpse_12, whatever you want to call me by. I am on Twitter. You can follow me there. I post my game times. I post it probably 10 minutes beforehand, so it's not much of a warning, but if you want to follow me, put on notifications, you'll definitely get a heads up of, hey, I'm live. And again, I won't be doing much because obviously BO7 is on the rise, and I'll be probably grinding that, maybe doing a few tournaments early on when that comes out, because we know ranked isn't, and the league isn't starting till early December. So, you know, we got all of November to take a break, learn the game, and come back better than ever. But I will be doing Counter-Strike, as I said before. So if any of you just want to come in and chat with me, I'll be doing Counter-Strike. I'll be more than happy to chat with you during those matches. Some rule changes to that are going to be interesting. It's going to be a best of 3 now for regular season matches, so that'll be fun if anybody is up to date on CS2. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I love every single one of you. Every time. I will always say this. You guys are what makes this happen. You guys are what makes this happen. I put on a show for you, and when I see people in the chat, it gets me more excited. I put more passion. I put more energy, more emotion behind it. I may not have tonight. I'm a little tired, I will say. I'm a little tired tonight. I'm running on a little sleep. You know, some animals, and, you know, getting up early, rotating, life. But I will tell you, when I see you guys in this, this was phenomenal to see you guys chatting about the games and everything, the reactions. But other than that, you can follow me on Twitter. You can DM me on Discord if you're in a league and you want your game casted. But other than that, I love every single one of you. I wouldn't be here without it. Have a nice day. Have a nice night. Peace.